Local and live. Covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Welcome back to Let's Talk TriState. I'm Katie, and I am joined here today with our dear friend Mark Holler, who is the Membership Director of the Cumberland Valley Business Alliance. Thanks so much, Mark, for coming back.
Thank you.
And I can't believe I'm about to say the words.
Careful.
Holidays are almost upon us.
In my world, the holidays are on top of us.
They are here right now.
Because we're planning for holiday events.
And that's what we're going to be discussing today.
Yes,
so
correct.
let's talk about the CVBA first and the local chambers. You guys are always busy.
Correct.
Tell us what's coming up on the calendar and how can people get involved if they would like to.
Sure. So the great thing about November and December and the events that we do with the chambers and CVBA, it does reach out beyond just the members. So it involves the community. So if you're sitting at home and you're like, I don't belong to the chamber, these events will appeal to you and bring that opportunity for you to participate. The two that kick off the month, are kicking off here very shortly, are the lighting decorating contests that happen both in the Chambersburg and the Greencastle areas. Both chambers, the Chambersburg Chamber and the Greencastle Chamber, have their own contest. The participants, it's free to join and be a participant. So it's house or residential or business, and it's a $1 vote. So you go around, you check out our website. You'll see where the locations are. They're starting to put up lights now, so it'll be in the next 2 weeks. You'll see where they are. You go check them out. Spend some time with your family in the car. Grab some coffees from a great local coffee shop, and then go vote. It's $1 a vote. Greencastle funds proceeds raised from their contest goes to the Greencastle Antrim Food Pantry. And the Chambersburg Chamber, they donate their proceeds to the Franklin County Animal Shelter. So two worthy causes.
Do you know, did you do this last year?
I know Greencastle has been doing it for a while. Chambersburg kicked this off last year. Last year was their first year. This year will be our second.
Did you have a lot of participants?
We had, I don't know about Greencastle. Chambersburg, we had about 12 participants. And we literally rolled it out at the end of October and was like, this is a good idea. Let's do this. So we didn't have a lot of traction going into it, so I think it'll be better this year. Mm-hmm. So we had about 10 or 12 participants, and I think we ended up, several $100s got donated to the animal shelter.
That's
so
amazing.
A lot of people participated. They like it.
And people, I know when I was a child, one of my favorite things that I did with my family, we would get in the car, we would drive around, and we would look at the Christmas lights.
Yeah.
And so is there a map that goes along with it?
There is. It'll all be on the website, so you'll be able to find everything out. Or you can contact the individual chambers. Just give us a phone call at the two chambers offices, and we can give those details to you as to where to go.
And then the $1, do you just do it online?
Just do it online.
Donation?
Yep.
I'm going to say maybe for next year you should do the same thing for Halloween, because folks can get really, really into decorating their homes for Halloween.
Yeah, my wife and I were actually talking about that. We're fortunate our youngest daughter goes to school in South Carolina, and the town associated with where her school is located, I hope I'm not trademarking anything, but they call themselves Halloween City, USA. The town goes all out.
I love that.
And it's everywhere. It's not just there in South Carolina. I mean, I really saw a lot more Halloween decorations up this year.
Every year I am more impressed than the year prior with how people, not only how much they're going above and beyond, but how realistic the things are starting to look now.
It does look realistic, and I feel bad. We don't do anything for Halloween.
Oh well, you should see my house, but more of the inside. But that could be also a really cool thing. Maybe
we need to think about
for next year. But what a great way to get the family together, get out, enjoy the community, raise money for some great causes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So then we're going to focus now on the morning mixers, because this is a great way for local professionals to connect with each other.
It is, yeah. The Morning Mixer series is something brand new for CVBA. It just kicked off this past summer. Came out of an idea of several members sitting around at a conference table and be like, we think we ought to do this. Mark, how do we do it? Formed a committee, and it's off and running, and it's doing really well. So next week, First Ed Credit Union over on Kennebec Drive in Chambersburg is going to be the host. It's from 8 to 10. Coffee's included, light breakfast snacks included. It's free. It's for members, but First Ed has opened their doors to anybody. So beyond members, so if you're free, and the nice thing about it, it's great for I've got a 9 o'clock meeting. I've got 20 minutes to spare. Pop in, spend your 15, 20 minutes and take off. The nightly mixer series, everybody kind of hangs around for the 2 hours. This one is designed specifically for those people that too busy in the night, that only have a few minutes in the morning. Pop in, drop your card off, connect with some old friends, connect with some new friends, and then go about your day.
Is this young professionals or is this
any
age?
Anybody.
So this could be something I could pop in as well.
Absolutely.
And it's free. This one in particular.
All our morning mixer series to our guests are free. A lot of times the host, and the host determines this, they may reserve it just for members. First Ed is elected to open it up to the community as well.
I think that is a phenomenal idea.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
When I was 21, I went to a mixer. It was for young professionals.
Okay.
And I connected with a gentleman who was just starting his journey as a financial advisor.
Okay.
Fast forward 19 years. He's been my financial advisor ever since. He's running the company, wildly successful.
Great.
And whenever we meet, I always say, remember how I was one of your first
like
advisees, that you took on and we met at one of those mixers.
Yeah.
They're so beneficial.
And that relationship built through time and through trust and through friendship. And now I'm sure you look at him as a professional, but he's also a personal friend. Right?
Absolutely.
So you can call him, for advice on other things. And that's really what, chambers do a lot of things for businesses throughout the country. But number one, foremost, neither the Chambersburg or Greencastle Chamber, they're not advocacy chambers. So we're not working with lobbyists in Harrisburg or the federal government to try to get policies changed. That's not us. Our number one thing is we are connections, networking, collaborations. And we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but our Christmas holiday mixer, there's a point at that night where I'll stand off to the side and I'll just watch the crowd. And you can just watch. There's those friendship conversations, but there's also those business connections being made there. And it's just to see 250, 300 people doing that when they've probably worked 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, whatever the normal work day is for somebody. They're tired. They're thinking about, do I really want to be at a social event? But they're there and they're connecting.
And they're getting probably amazing advice. I can imagine if I were opening a business and I would go to a mixer, really taking in everything that everybody's telling me, the advice that they're giving me, what questions do I have? I mean, who better to ask than people that are running businesses and doing it successfully? And we all want to see each other succeed.
Exactly. And I tell all prospective new members who are thinking about joining the CVBA, come to the mixers, engage, be prepared to share your successes, but also share your failures, your stumbling blocks, because how better to learn?
Absolutely.
And it's not a bad thing to fail, and it's not something to be ashamed of. You tried.
Everybody does it.
You tried something. It may not have worked out and given you the result you wanted, but at least you tried. And if it failed, talk to somebody about that. They may be like, you know what? I did the same thing, and upon reflection, this is where I stumbled. This is where I stubbed my toe. So maybe try it a different way. Try something different. So you can learn as much from your failures as your successes, and be prepared to share everything.
I think you learn more from your failures.
I think so.
I mean, you really, and to share that with somebody, especially a new business owner, it's it's invaluable information.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the mixer. So is it the annual meeting, or this is separate?
That's a little bit different.
Okay.
We have 2 more mixers this year. The first one is in November, the 13th of November from 4 to 6. Franklin County Literacy Council, a group of people that have been helping people prepare for their GED, improve their reading, improve their speech, improve their ability to communicate in different languages. 40 years in Franklin County.
Wow.
40 years of helping people. That's outstanding. So they're celebrating that next Wednesday, the 13th. And then the holiday mixer, Christmas mixer, is December 10th from 4 to 6. It is going to be held. It's always held right now at Meadowhaven in their big event center. Tremendous food. Their staff, the chefs, I think they must have a competition behind the scenes that I don't know anything about, because they roll out some incredible food. Screaming Bambinos is typically there serving up some wine, and then there's some other beer, but there's door prizes, but it's open to members and non-members.
Really?
It is. It's free to get in.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, it's an event business related, so if you don't have a business, you're coming to eat.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's still very business oriented. But it's a great way to learn about the CVBA, learn about the Chambersburg Chamber, the Greencastle Chambers. Meet somebody. You might be like, I need an accountant, and you go, or a financial planner, or a lawyer. You go in there, and chances are there's one of those people walking around the room.
Or they can direct you in the right...
Or you can be directed to that.
Absolutely.
So, and Meadow Haven decorates. It's very tastefully done. It's beautifully done. It's just a fun evening, and it's always funny. So this will be my 4th one since I've been on staff. It's always funny when it's over. The staff literally from Meadow Haven starts taking stuff down, because if they don't, people will stay.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, it's one of those things that they have to start taking the tables down.
You just suddenly say,
without saying, get out.
Sure.
Because we want to go home, but they just start taking stuff down. But and there's always a special guest appearance of Father Christmas. So I do want to make sure I mention that. Father Christmas does always make an appearance.
And this is on the 10th.
10th of December
Meadow Haven for members and non-members.
And non-members, they put signs up and balloons up, and then volunteers from Meadow Haven come out and help direct parking. And there's a lower entrance, so if you don't want to deal with steps or an elevator, you can come in the lower entrance, but there's an upper entrance where there is steps or elevator down.
Is this kind of like a come in at your leisure, eat at your leisure, leave, it's not a sit down, full-blown dinner?
No full-blown dinners. It's heavy hors d'oeuvres, light hors d'oeuvres, snacks. There is also, I don't want to forget to mention this, 15 or 16 local businesses will have vendor tables there. So they'll be set up around the room, and that is more for a one-on-one engagement. So my good friends up at Teflon Roofing.
Oh, yes, we love them.
They're great guys, right? They'll be there. They'll have a table. So that's an opportunity for you to really engage with them in a, like, hey, I don't know if my roof's going to last. Well, you talk to Andy or Jason, and they're like, well, let's send somebody out and take a look at it.
I love
and then we'll
those
tell
guys.
you. And those guys are great because they do quality work.
Free estimates.
Free estimates. And if you don't need a roof, they'll tell you. You don't need a roof.
Absolutely.
Like, come see us in 5 years. We'll be here. So, yeah, great guys. So they'll have a table. There'll be about 14 or 15 other businesses that'll have tables. And every table vendor brings a door prize. So drop a business card or drop your name into the bucket. You have a chance to win in the door prize. And they bring some nice door prizes. I'm always jealous that I never get to enter for them.
Is Verstanding Media going to be there? Are we there?
I know you've had representation there in the past. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever done a table, but yeah,
something to roll around a little bit and think about.
Yeah,
I think it's really great. I wanted to go back to the Teflon roofing example you gave. You might not be in the business for something like that right now, but it's good to have them ready to go when you are in the market for it.
Yeah,
because roof is a great example of that. Is not something you need all the time. It's once every 10, 15, 20 years. Yeah. But it's good to have that connection already made. So then, boom, you have a problem. You don't have to go through all these businesses. You know exactly who to call.
And a company like them, and there's many companies out there I could talk about, but those guys, for instance, they do commercial and residential. So you may be coming there as your business entity, but you're thinking, man, my house needs a roof. Well, you make that connection with them because they do all kinds of work.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. And so that's the 10th. And then before that, you do have the big annual meeting. Yes.
So that is something that our bylaws indicate that we have to do. So it gives a report of the Chambersburg and Greencastle Chambers specifically, the CVBA, and then I think also we touch on the Leadership Franklin County Foundation gives a report as well on what they've done for the last year and what they're planning to do for the upcoming year as well. And then we also award 2 awards that day. We will honor our Business Person of the Year, the CVBA Business Person of the Year, and also the Ambassador of the Year is elected. The ambassadors are a group of members that do a lot of volunteer work. Okay. They basically help me do my job because with nearly 700 members, it's hard to get in contact with everybody. So the ambassadors are out there and they represent all different kinds of companies. So go to our website, cvbaalliance.org, click on the ambassador tab, and you'll see who our friendly ambassadors are and how you can connect with them.
I don't know how much you can go into this. How do you choose the business of the year?
It's through nominations. Okay. So we use our social media channels and our reach to put out a request for nominations. Those nominations come in, and there is a selection committee that meets. I don't want to say it's an application, it's a write-up. You write up about the Business Person of the Year. and then they select that. But the ones that have been selected since I've been on staff, like when you hear them and you hear what they do, you're like,
yeah. That they deserved it.
Yeah, they deserved it. Yeah, without a doubt.
That must be quite an honor. Yeah. Now, is that dinner, is that just for members?
That is a breakfast. No, that is also open.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
It is a ticketed fee. So you do have to go to our website and click on events, which you should always go to our website and click on events to see what's happening. But you click on that specific event, and then you purchase your ticket.
Okay.
That will be held at the Orchards. So it kicks off early, 7:30 in the morning. Well, 7 doors open, 7:30 breakfast starts. It'll be buffet style, and then usually about 8:15, the reporting will start. And then the last thing is we'll announce the business person of the year. They will get up, give a thank you speech, and then the ambassador of the year pictures, and probably out of there by 9:15.
Okay, wonderful. Yep. So many different opportunities to connect with the community and get to know different businesses in the area. That's great. And I know you've given us a lot of events right now. All of them can be found on the website.
Everything can be found. Call, stop in. We have recently the Chambersburg Chamber was without a front desk person. Of course, if you come into the Chamber building in Chambersburg, you go into our Heritage Center, which is a great little self-guided tour, little gift store there. And we were without a person manning the desk for us for several months. We now have a wonderful person. Her name's Sherry, so stop in and see her. She knows a lot about history stuff, and she can tell you a lot of interesting facts and nuggets of information about Chambersburg. So
I have a question. Do you have in your gift shop, I'm looking for a postcard of either Chambersburg or Greencastle?
I know we have Chambersburg, and I think Greencastle Chamber office has Greencastles. Postcards, yeah. And
love it.
One of our top selling items in the Chambersburg location is our postcards.
Okay.
They're 50 cents, but people travel and they stop in and they just want something that they can take that they can remember. And if they're like me, they already have hundreds of t-shirts. Like, how many more t-shirts do you possibly need?
Yes, sure.
So you're like, yeah, I'll keep this. I mean, people still do scrapbooks, so throw it in.
My best friend, her daughter is 1.5, and she started a scrapbook, getting a postcard of every place that her daughter has visited and that they've taken her to. And they came to Greencastle, and I could not find. I went all over the place trying to find one. I didn't even think about.
I'm pretty sure they have them in there. I'm pretty sure. Because the neat thing about Greencastle, and I'm sure all the Greencastle listeners are well aware of this, but their sister city is on Ireland. So there's a Greencastle, Ireland.
Well, I might have to go get a postcard from there.
So I think I know there's a map and there's some pictures in there. So they may even have some postcards for Greencastle, Ireland in there.
Well, wow, Mark, thank you so much. Yeah. You have completed my Christmas shopping now at this point. For 50 cents, this is great. Yeah. Is there anything else that we haven't covered, or did we go through all the events?
I think we've covered everything pretty well for the remaining 2 months.
Perfect. Yeah. All the information online at the Cumberland Valley Business Alliance, and I know I'll let you get out of here because you have a lot of work to do over here in the next few weeks, and then we'll see you in the new year.
Definitely, we'll be back.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, thank you.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk TriState, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.